All right, Coach Miller, opening statement.
Yeah, well, I'm really disappointed in the result, but I'm not disappointed in my team. I thought we had great fight and great toughness tonight, and made a ton of winning plays. I just wish we were one possession better. You look at the score 87-80, but we're doing some things there to foul at the end and try to take some chances because I never really worried about how much you lose. You're just trying to win, but it's a one possession game and we had our chances. I just wish we were one possession better. So I'm disappointed in the result, but not disappointed in our team.
Coach, you're up, I think, 80-79 there. They have the ball with under a minute left. Is kind of that last minute, do you attribute that to unfamiliar team, hasn't been in that situation on the road yet before?
Yeah, Justin, I don't know if unpacked, the mental reasoning, for not winning those last couple possessions. I can tell you, just trying to replay it in my head a little bit right now. Listen, and this isn't the last minute, but we kind of mess up a little dribble handoff on the sideline, but it's like 6 feet behind the 3-point line, and the kid hits an incredibly deep shot. 14, Tyler Harris hits an incredibly deep shot. So there's an error there down the stretch when you had a lead. They hit a couple really tough ones, contested shots over the top. You just got to tip your cap on stuff like that. So I give Memphis credit. I thought our defense needs to continue to grow so we can sustain it, but they did hit a couple really tough ones down the stretch. And I think we got the ball to the front of the rim, missed a couple layups too, and got a couple good opportunities to score. So outside of the we're down 3 there and we turned it over, I thought we had pretty good offensive possessions. And for the most part, I thought we at least made them make a play to win the game. So I didn't think it was like lack of not being in the situation. We didn't win those possessions, those late possessions key. And I do think this, Justin, we go 16 for 30 from 3. It was good to see that. I thought our offensive execution was so much better. I thought our transition offense kept us in the game in the first half. And I thought we got a lot of things out of our primary break and out of our secondary break, which is, really good to see because we spend so much time working on that. I thought we did some nice things offensively when we broke down, which we've been spending a lot of time working on. So I thought offensively we were pretty dang good tonight at times. Defensively, I didn't think it was lack of effort or, not trying or anything, but you want to be able to dig down and get more stops, and you let somebody get 87, tip your cap to Memphis because they made some plays now. But that's frustrating. You go 16 for 30 from 3 and you shoot a really good percentage for the game, and they still get 87. So that's a frustration, but again, not necessarily with our kids. I thought our kids gave it to us tonight for sure.
Were you looking for them to go a little faster, that possession down 3? Or were you looking to get a 3 to tie it at the end?
Yeah, we ran that action twice, and we were running a lot of the high flat ball screen out on the floor and had a ton of success with it. It's kind of why we just down the stretch kept going to it. Why overthink it, Chad, when you're getting into the teeth of the defense, shooting layups, spraying it out for good shots. So we kind of kept going to it, and that was a wrinkle. That play was a wrinkle. We'd run twice already in the game and gotten great looks and confused them. So we ran it as a wrinkle, not knowing where they'd make a mistake, and we just didn't execute the backside. We had a player that was out of place, and they kind of blew the toss up, and you turn it over. I was trying to call timeout on the sideline as I kind of saw us get out of sorts a little bit, and because I had that timeout in my back pocket. So a little bit of execution, give them credit for making a play, and my ass has to be able to call a timeout a little bit quicker and a little bit louder. I don't think the referee could hear me because it was so loud in there.
Wes, Pat Brennan here. Jeremiah had a really strong game despite getting into a little bit of foul trouble in the first half there. Even in the first half, in his limited minutes, he was still pretty efficient for the time he was out there. And then obviously, just immense in the second half. Saw you guys communicating a lot on the sideline, you telling him to trust him, or trust you. Just what was your message to him, him being in foul trouble but knowing how he can go off? And I wonder if you could also talk about the strategy in picking and choosing his spots with him being in foul trouble.
Yeah, and you guys watch JD so much. He's got such great spirit And, like, so he's got some emotions when he's competing. And it's one of my favorite qualities about him. I mean that in an endearing way. So he's got it really going tonight. And you taking him out and he's going, man, like I'm in a rhythm, and just trying to get him to understand, like, I'm not taking him out because I want him to be out of the game. We're trying to kind of manage the foul situation. And I thought as a staff, we managed it pretty well. He gets those 2-1s early. I believe in playing guys with 2. I've always trusted our kids to continue to play the right way, but play with some discipline in that situation. I thought he did. I thought the third call was a really tough one. I'm not saying there wasn't anything there, but that's a tough call to get your third. And then, from that point on, it was like, hey, we gotta play him, but we also got to have some intelligence. So we tried to use rest around media timeouts. We tried to get him out sometimes when we knew we were about to get him out, but it was a dead ball. And we might be on defense that possession. So we tried to be strategic, but the main thing, Pat, was just let's get him as many minutes as possible, and let's run stuff to him while he's actually out there, so we can take advantage of the time he is on the floor. So I think given the situation, he gets 22 minutes and he had 2 fouls in the first minute and a half. I thought we managed that pretty well. And I thought he handled the situation pretty well too.
Coach, you referenced the 16 for 30. I mean, by far the best you guys have shot from 3, but it felt like a lot of them came rhythm, good shots. Did you feel like you were getting the shots you wanted and executing well in terms of just getting the shots in general?
Yeah, you got 19 assists, which, we had 20 assists the other night, and we shot it well the other night, right? And generally, you're going to shoot the basketball better. When you mentioned it, when you're in rhythm or you break the defense down and you shoot a higher quality shot. That's the way that I'd say it. I shoot rhythm. I haven't understood anything people say they get in rhythm and straight out. You just, hey, this is basketball. We try to execute together to get a great shot. And we trust that guys will step up and make them down and knock them down. I've always kind of believed when you break the defense down and you share the ball, guys are going to make plenty of shots. And I thought we created a lot of really quality shots for our guys by breaking the defense down, sharing the ball, and guys had some toughness to step up and make some big shots for sure.
Coach, you mentioned just a bit ago, just kind of piggybacking off what Justin said. You guys shot the ball really well. You had a lot of assists the other night. You kind of piggyback that forward tonight as well, kind of building that momentum. Obviously, you guys have played really good defense all year. But you kind of speak a little bit of how much you guys have grown offensively so far this season, because you can definitely see the jump from game to game.
Yeah, I've said this all along. I mean, you got to try to hang our hat on who we are with our effort, and our focus, and our defense every possession. That's kind of what I've always believed all the time I've been around basketball. And I want every team I'm ever a part of to have an identity based around that. And in the meantime, it's going to take some time to get familiar and continue to figure each other out. And for us as a staff to figure out the right stuff to be doing with actions and stuff on this team. And that's going to be a process. And I do see improvement. And I think we're starting to learn each other a little bit better. And again, I think if we can continue to grow defensively at the same time, we're a good basketball team when we play like that. Doesn't mean you're going to win every night, but you're a good basketball team when you're doing it the right way on both ends.
Do we have one more question?
Yeah, Coach, they're a team that likes to force a lot of turnovers. I think you turned it over 3 times in the first segment. What was the kind of switch, or did they just tighten it up where you only, I think, turned it over 7 more times, 10 total for the game?
Yeah, they're an active defense. Certainly, they're so rangy and long and athletic. It's tricky. We talked a lot about it. We work on it all the time anyway. We want to be aggressive and attack, but we got to do it with discipline and under control. And I thought for the most part, our guys did a really good job of that tonight. We had the segment, and you guys will have to go back and look at the time and all that, but somewhere there late in the second half, they had about a 2-minute stretch where we were turning it over, and they were getting run out dunks. I think I had to burn a timeout there with 5 or 6 minutes left. And, that's why you can't turn it over against Memphis, because of what they do. But I want our kids to be aggressive on offense, and sometimes you're going to turn the ball over. 10's a little too much. I haven't looked at the points off turnovers, at least the way they statted that. But I'm sure that was a pretty impressive stat for Memphis. But I do think that we had moments there we really took care of the ball and executed. But 19-10, I think we'll take that.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll be right back. All right, questions for Jeremiah and David?
Jeremiah, just take us through kind of getting hot like that and kind of being in that zone where you feel like you can throw it in from anywhere?
It's just who I am. My teammates find a way to give me the ball, and just let my talent show.
JD, how do you approach, 2 fouls early and you're able to come back in the first half a little bit, but then especially in that second half, playing a lot of it with 3 fouls? How do you approach the game? Do you do it any differently when you have a little bit of foul trouble?
Yeah, coaches, my coaches and my teammates kept telling me, stay in the game, stay focused, I'm good. So I just stuck with that. And I went out and just did what I did.
David, a lot gets made about Memphis's talent, length, athleticism, all that kind of stuff. What do you feel like you guys were able to do to hang with them and at points of the game kind of put them on their heels? Was it just straight effort? Was there something you guys did differently on defense that you feel like affected them?
First of all, hats off to them. As you said, they are athletic. They play together on both ends, and they play extremely well out there. Shift focus towards us. We played connecting on both ends as well. We fought. Normally, with a loss, you might come out and say you didn't fight hard, but we put our body on the line. We dove for loose balls. We stayed connected. We made mistakes, but we played through them, man. I think when you have that adversity, you continue to stay connected. You have an opportunity to stay in the game with teams like that.
JD, you obviously had like 7 for 10 from 3, but whether it was Micah or John or David, it seemed like a lot of those threes you guys hit were kind of coming in the rhythm of the offense. Have you felt like the offense in general is taking a step forward and, maybe shot selection and getting the ball where you want it to?
Yes, most definitely. We're all capable of doing great things on offense, and it showed today. So we'll keep on building on that, keep working towards greatness. So.
David, how frustrated to play as well as you guys played for 40 minutes and not get the result you want, but also how much can you take from that you went toe-to-toe with those guys playing their best?
I'm very frustrated. We did everything we could to win that game, and like I said, we made mistakes, but we continue to stay together. But to highlight a moment in that game, I feel like win or loss, we took a step as a team on both ends. Defensively, we was connected. We were sticking to our principles. Offensively, we stayed together, fought through adversity. When a guy was making the drive, other guys were doing their job and allowing other people to be successful. And I feel like Coach preached, if you just continue to do the right thing, it may not happen immediately, but over time, you'll be happy with the results.